Hi, I'm Gladys. I go to Lowell High School and I'm going to be a senior next semester. And my project was a 3D printed LED bracelet that changes color when you shake it. So as for its components, there's a LED strip, they call it neopixels. There's a trinket microcontroller, you can't see, it's covered by tape. And there's an accelerometer that's attached to trinket. So as for how the code works, the trinket basically takes the data from the accelerometer to determine whether there's been a shake or a change in acceleration. And it also determines whether shakes are in the same sequence. So whether the shakes are within, I made it 300 milliseconds of each other. And if there are enough shakes in the sequence, the LED strip will change to a random color. And if there are even more shakes, there will be a sparkling effect, which is an on-off sequence that alternates. And I actually made it keep on sparkling if you keep on shaking, because I really like the effect. So as for challenges, from the very beginning I had trouble making Arduino IDE work with Trinket. It should have been easy, but it wasn't. I had a bunch of errors and I had to Google everything. I also had problems activating the bootloader on Trinket when I needed it to be. And I broke my first LED strip that I worked with. I'm not quite sure how. I probably unplugged the wires in the incorrect order. You're supposed to unplug data input, then power, then ground. I wasn't careful, so I didn't do that. I'm not surprised. But aside from that, everything turned out pretty well. So I'll show you what it looks like now. 2 or 3 shakes will make it change to a random color. And around 5 shakes to 6 shakes will make it sparkle. I don't know if the camera can pick it up though. And you can prolong the sparkling effect if you just give it a shake every 2.5 seconds. Again, I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, that's the project. So as for modifications, I'm actually working on attaching a potentiometer. I already wrote the code for it, but the code is 500 bytes too big for Trinket. So if I can't edit the library and decrease the size, I'm going to have to electrically attach the potentiometer using the fact that it's a variable resistor. So that's my plans for my next step. And as for my experience, I actually learned a lot considering I had both a coding background and a physics background. But not just basic knowledge, I also learned about how to problem solve and narrow down problems by taking things in steps. Even though it's hard, but I learned how important it is. And I learned about Googling your problems and just persisting. Even though it's supposed to be easy, when I try to make Arduino work with Trinket, the easiest step took the longest time for me, but I just learned to be persistent and to keep Googling, and a week or so later it works. So hang in there. And that's my project.